Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I am here to do an intuitive card reading to see what guidance, insights, and messages the universe wants to share with us, especially when it comes to filling our own cup, putting ourselves first, making ourselves a priority, not constantly putting ourselves on the back burner, doing things to bring more peace, joy, fun, excitement into our lives. Just doing things that make life more satisfying and, feeling like you have a reason to be here and looking for the bright side. So let's take a look at the cards and see what the universe wants us to know. Okay, so the first card we have is High Tide. Embrace transformation and harness the energy of change to feel your growth. And that's the thing. The universe is constant change, growth, learning, expansion. Nothing ever stays the same. I know people are going to argue, well, there's day and night every day, and the weather, and it's like, okay, but it changes from day to day, like even season to season, from year to year. It's like, okay, summer, for instance, has warmer weather and temperatures and all that, but the specific temperature from each day from year to year isn't going to be the same. Some days, some of the days for year by year might have more sun, might have more clouds, might have more rain. And like the amount of light with the day and dark with the night changes from day to day too. I'm not sure about every place on the world, but I live in the northern hemisphere, and so we are slowly losing more daylight as we're heading into fall. And so, like, the universe is full of change, so we can harness it. We can transmute everything going on and use it for our benefit. We can use the flow of life to help propel us forward, to get us to where we want to sail. We don't have to fight against the current. We can co-create with the universe, And part of that is when we're in that state of happiness, joy, peace, tranquility, fun, eagerness, excitement, delight, those energies are higher, and it makes it so much easier to flow and embrace and allow in and receive the magic and the miracles and the blessings of the universe. We're in a higher state. We are more open to things. When you're feeling very low and potentially depressed or frustrated or upset or angry, irritable, all those things, you tend to be a lot more rigid and closed off. So you can transform that emotional energy. You can transmute it. Mind you, that's not to say you can't feel what you feel. You are human. You have every right to feel what you feel. It's just you don't want to stay stuck in it. You don't want to stay stuck in the negative emotions. You don't want to sidestep it. You don't want to sweep it under rugs, act like it's not there. That's not what I'm saying, because I've been there too. Like, this past couple weeks, there's been the highs and the lows, and some of the tides have been very emotional. And it's been pretty smothering with some of the feelings, but I let myself sit with it. I let the energies and the emotions flow. I let it be seen and heard and have space for it, because I feel better when I do, instead of trying to run away from it, Siren's call. Follow the call of your heart and let its melody guide you to your true purpose. Yeah. And a lot of times your heart, your soul, your inner child just wants to be seen, just wants to be heard, just wants to have space for it to be. It doesn't want you to, judge it or criticize it, tell it, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Just make space for it. Give it love. And also, you're meant to enjoy life. You are meant to enjoy life. It doesn't need to be doom and gloom and miserable all the time. It doesn't need to be so serious. It doesn't need to be so hard. Yes, there are going to be challenges. Yes, there's going to be some very rough waters. There's going to be turbulent storms and dark nights of the soul. And being human can be very, very challenging. But overall, the journey's meant to be enjoyed. And so, what little things can you do to get in alignment with who you truly are? To let your heart and soul sing, to make you feel alive and excited to be here. Because each day is a gift. Doesn't mean everything's always to our preference and that some days aren't really, really hard, but there are people who didn't wake up today. And so what I've been trying to work on lately, because it's been super hot and other life things have been making it kind of challenging lately, I'm still doing my best. I do look for the light. You know, as Uncle Ira says, if you look for the light, you can often find it, but if you look for the dark, that's all you'll ever see. And I acknowledge the challenges, the obstacles, the rough feelings and all that. Like, I acknowledge it, make space for it, but I'm also looking for the light, looking for reason to be grateful. And one thing that I did recently was, after all of, you know, my rough experiences and the brutal heat wave and all of that, I decided I was going to treat myself. You know, with me, whatever's in my body can be very particular in terms of food, and like I don't have cravings usually, and it's just kind of But I had this strong craving for this calzone place. And I think it's just something that is more of a local place here, but I had a strong craving for it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I haven't had this probably in like a year, honestly. Yeah, it was probably about a year since I last had it. And I was just really craving it. And so I was like, you know what? I want to do this for myself. I want to be kind to myself. I want to treat myself like the treasure I am and show myself some appreciation and do something that will bring more joy and satisfaction in my life. And so even though it was a bit of a drive, and I do appreciate the convenience of driving, but driving can be a lot. There's so many, stimuli that can go on, and like people can be very chaotic when they drive. Like, honestly, there have been so many people who don't even stop or slow down at stop signs, people who run red lights, people who, like, swerve in other lanes. Like, there's some interesting drivers out there. So I try not to do too much driving because I know it can put some, pressure on my nervous sensory system, all that. But I was like, you know what? I want to do this for myself. And I just was, like, really excited. The whole drive down there, I'm like, I'm excited. This is going to be so good. And I went and picked it up, and I could just smell it in the car as I'm driving back home. Because that's another thing I was like, I'm so grateful that one of the options now is we can order some things online to be picked up. Because I do appreciate eating out, but sometimes the restaurants and whatnot, they can be so noisy and chaotic, and it can be a lot for my system to handle. Some days it's easier than others, but I was like, today, I just want to chill. I just want to enjoy some quiet and peace, because my family happened to be away at dinner time, and so I was like, you know what, it'll be such a serene moment. Let me just bring it back home, and I'll just hang out with Suki, and it'll be great. And so, like, I was driving home, and I was just so excited. I was like, I'm so grateful for my car, because I was able to get there without any hassle. I'm so grateful for the convenience of, being able to order online and pick it up, and like having minimal interaction, because sometimes social batteries, like, I don't have much, especially, after it's been a rough weekend or so. And like, I was just really excited because I could smell the food. I'm like, it's gonna be so good. And then I came home. I was like, you know what? I'm going to make it even more exciting. And as I savor this food, I'm going to watch some Apothecary Diaries. I haven't done that in a while. And it was just so good and magical. And I was just so happy. And with how life has been lately, like, not that I've been miserable or anything, because I do look for the good. I look for reasons to be grateful. I am still human, though, so I have my ups and my downs. But I haven't been that happy in quite some time. I'm like, I'm so grateful that I did this for myself. I need to do it more. Not necessarily that I need to, go out and treat myself to a meal, but like, just do more things that I just genuinely enjoy and bring me some excitement, and just I can savor the moment. And it was really, really beautiful. And then, like, one of the things that I've been working on for the past couple years, like, that's the major time of when I'm working on it, but it's like it started around when I entered college, because my family has this whole lack mentality, and the only time we could maybe get something growing up is if it was on super clearance at Target. Like, they would go when it was like 90% off and stuff. Like, that was back in the day when it actually went that low. Like, now I don't even know if they go that high. Like, may be lucky if it goes to 50%. I don't know, but like, that's when my parents would maybe let us get stuff. And so they would, splurge on gifts for other people all the time, but when it came to us, it's like, no, we don't have money for that. And so, like, that was kind of mentality instilled in me, like, oh, I shouldn't, do this for myself. I don't have that much money, this, that, and the other. I need to be mindful, this, that, and the other. And I've just been working on being like, wait, no, it's not a waste of money if it brings me genuine joy, if it makes me happy. Like, I don't have to do this all the time. It's not a requirement, but it's not a waste of money if it does that. And moreover, it's never a waste of money because I'm investing into other people. I'm helping them get a paycheck so they can support themselves and their families. So it's never a waste. And so just like that kind of mentality shift has been helping me a lot lately. And like, that's, I feel like, a big thing with our true purpose in this life is to just spread more joy and kindness and peace and love and harmony amongst each other. And sometimes it's just doing it on yourself and filling up your own cup, because then you can show up as a better person and not have a short fuse. Because, oh boy, my family, they have short fuses. They can snap, and I genuinely have never wanted to be like that. I get that we're human, but it can be hard when you're surrounded by that, Underwater caves. Find strength and surrender, allowing life to unfold with grace and acceptance. Yeah, that has been a big thing for me right now, is just surrendering, because some of the stuff that's been coming up for me, it's just like, I've been seeing a lot of people around me, they are, dating, they're engaged, they're getting married, they're having kids, they're having a home, all these things, and I'm like, I feel like I'm behind. I have been open, I have wanted, to be married and have children for as long as I can remember. I know that my mom would tell me, like, whenever my siblings were born, I was super excited, but my siblings, whenever a new baby was born, they hated the baby and wanted to get rid of it. And so it's just like, I just have so much love to give. I'm a nurturer, I'm a giver, I'm an uplifter, all these things, and it's just leaving me like, where's my person? Where is my home, like, that I can build and make a sanctuary and a place of warmth and love and connection? Because that wasn't my experience growing up, and I want to do better for my future children. And it's just been in me for so long, for as long as I can remember. And it's hard when you just get all these reminders and you see everyone around you, and it just makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. But it's like, I know to trust the timing, the universe has this master plan and divine timing that is perfect. But it's just been an act of surrender and just making peace and accepting and allowing what is. That can be so much easier said than done. Like, oh my goodness. It has been a doozy. It has been a ride for me. 1000%. Which is part of the reason why I want to do nice things for myself. To do kind things for myself. Because I'm like, I deserve it. Like, so few people have actually done kind things for me. Not that no one ever has. But overall, it's just like, people have been taking and taking and taking from me. And they just... most of the people in my life have just expected me to constantly pour out into them and give to them. And I'm like, wait a minute. I can pour into myself. I can give to myself. I can fill up my own cup. And so that's been the process where I've been at lately. Mermaid magic. Embrace the magic within and let your intuition guide you through life's currents. Yeah. That has been what I've been trying to do, because we do have a lot of power and potential and magic within us. As above, so below, as within, so without. The universe, like, you are a divine conduit, so it's guidance, it's magic, it is within you. You're a beloved child of the divine, and so your intuition can guide you through all the ups and downs, all the twists and turns. It can help you surrender and see the path forward, illuminating the way. It doesn't have to be that you're on your own, because the universe has never left you. Sometimes it really does feel like it. Sometimes it really does feel like you're the only one struggling with this, and you're like, I have been wanting this for so long, and I've been trying to do everything I can. I'm trying to be kind and loving and gentle and peaceful, and all these people, they just keep using me. It's like, where are the other good people? And it's like, in the back of your mind, you know they exist, you know they're out there, but you just look at your surroundings and the people around you. It's like, I don't see them. All these other people are here, and there's not like it's wrong for there to be other types of people, but it can be hard, It can be hard. Life it can be quite a journey, Whales, tap into your inner wisdom and navigate life's depths with grace and majesty. Yeah, I've been working on that. To navigate life, to surrender, to allow, to make peace with what is, with grace and majesty. Because sometimes people really try to push your buttons. And, we're human, so it's like, I've had human moments too. I do try to catch myself before I act out on some less than kind things, because it can be hard, like, when you haven't slept well and people keep doing things, they keep pushing your buttons, it can be hard. But we do have a lot of wisdom, and if we ever need assistance, the universe is always there. All we need to do is ask. But we can make it through. The storms won't last forever. It shall pass, and brighter days will come. And it helps if we can just do little things to bring more joy and fun and peace into our lives. Yes, there are going to be plenty of things outside of our control. Other people, they're going to make their choices. You can't control that. You can't control the weather. You can't control traffic. You can't control, what tomorrow will bring. But you do have a choice of how you choose to respond to it. You do have a choice of who, what, when, where, why you associate with what you do. You can choose what and who and where gets your time, energy, and attention. You have choice over that. You have free will. It's not always easy to tell people no, but no is a complete answer. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to give all these justifications of why you don't want to do something. If it's a no to yourself, you don't need to tell other people yes. You really don't. Okay. We have embrace the dark. Shine your true light upon this earth. Yeah. Because I feel like, from what I've been hearing and witnessing and observing, a lot of people are in what I've been hearing referred to as the middle, the messy part where you don't see the results yet, and you're being squeezed and you're being pushed and you're being tested, and it just feels like nothing's happening, and you're just like, well, when is it my turn? When is it gonna happen? I've been, striving, I've been putting in the work, I've been showing up every day, I've been, doing the best I can, I've been praying, I've been journaling, I've been meditating, I've been fasting if I need to fast, I've been nurturing my body, I've been, trying to take care of myself. It's in these hard times, these dark nights, that we can truly shine. We get to choose how we show up in this world. We get to choose on if we're going to, blindly react, or if we're going to choose to respond. It's like what happened with that incidents, not just incident, all that drama and conflict and chaos and turbulence that happened with the toxic group of the narcissists. They tried to drag me down into the muck with them. They tried to get me to play their game of manipulation, deceit, nastiness, pettiness, smear campaigns, throw in daggers, all these things. And it crossed my mind if something I could do is I could retaliate. I could, shoot back with, the truth and be like, here, I have the screenshots. You want to play these games? You're not innocent. But it didn't resonate with me. It's yes, I can do that. Yes, I have the power to choose on whether or not I'm going to do that. But it does not resonate. It does not align. And so I chose to walk away. I chose to cut ties. I chose to disengage and untangle myself from that mess. And it drives them crazy. They had tried to hoover me back in because they could see my light, and they wanted me back even though they were the ones being nasty and pushing me away and hurting me in the first place. So it's just yeah, the dark, it can be messy and painful and challenging and sometimes very overwhelming and suffocating, but it's where you can shine your brightest because it lets your true character, your integrity, your true values, your morals, your priorities show up. You get to be who you truly are because it's so easy to talk the talk and to walk the walk when everything is going smooth and easy, on those bright, sunny, clear days where it's nothing's happening. But in the midst of those dark, turbulent storms of all the chaos and hardship, that's where we truly are tested on whether or not we actually mean what we say and say what we mean, and we're going to walk the walk, that we truly are that kind of person. And it's not easy, but it's worthwhile. I feel so grateful that I was able to stand true in who I was, because they showed who they were and I showed who I was, and I am at peace. I can go to bed and rest easy, and I don't have regrets of how I handled the situation. And so many people are catching on to their ways because it's they said, I think it was, what was his name? Senator Kennedy? I think, and if you hear bells in the background, Suki's playing with a toy, but I think it was Senator Kennedy who said, it's Operation Let Them Speak. They're outing themselves by being themselves, saying what they say. People are catching on. And it's not I'm wishing for their downfall or wishing ill will on them. I'm not. I genuinely hope that they can heal and have happy, healthy lives. But when you play those games, you're going to reap what you sow. The energy you put out comes back to you, It is what it is. It's the rules of the universe. Feel and release. Release all you've accumulated on this journey. Yeah. It's been a lot of release, letting go, and purging for me. Making space for the emotions and actually allowing myself to be, to see, to feel, to listen, to make space for, instead of trying to, run away from my feelings or run away from my past. Because I've noticed that a lot with people. They try to run away, they try to cope, they try to bury it, try to sidestep, and it's we're entering a point where we can't do that anymore. It's not going to work. The old ways are failing. We need to allow ourselves to be human, to embrace it all, even though it can be really hard and painful at times. We need to be able to feel it, to process it, to allow it to flow so we can release it and move on, to become stronger and shine brighter. We don't have to stay stuck in the past anymore. Yeah. You are your greatest gift. Your life's journey is your masterpiece. That's the thing. That's the messaging that's been coming in, and why I've been trying to do things like getting the calzone for myself and spending time watching Apothecary Diaries, because you're your greatest gift. So treasure yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Nurture yourself. Invest in yourself. Fill up your cup. Do things to savor the moment, to stop and smell the roses, to enjoy the ride that is your life. Because it is a gift. Once you spend the time, it's never coming back. So why not make the most of it that you can and enjoy it? Not that everything has to be to your preference, or that things will never quote unquote go wrong according to your plans, or that you'll never have hard days or those intense negative emotions. That's not what I'm saying, but you're a gift. You're a blessing. And it's time that you acknowledged it, that you recognized it, that you embraced it, and you, with the core of your being, knew it. Embody it. Know your worth, because you're inherently worthy. You are inherently worthy and deserving. Yeah. Be, feel, receive abundance. All that you desire is achievable. Yeah. All that you want already exists. It's already done in the spiritual, in the energetics. It's a matter of you getting in alignment with that frequency to bring it into the physical. You are abundant if you allow yourself to be. It's true. You don't always feel like it, especially if you've been programmed and conditioned by a family and society and, all these things like I have. There's been so much lack and scarcity and all that, but I am healing those patterns. I am letting them go. I am breaking those cycles. I am breaking the generational trauma and cycles and patterns and unhealthy coping mechanisms that my family has been going through. It ends with me, and it can end with you too. You can step into your best life at any point by recognizing you're a gift and treating yourself as such. You can be, feel, and receive the abundance. You can allow yourself to receive. You can allow yourself to have it, to be open to it, to be receptive. You are your greatest gift. All that you desire is achievable, so don't settle for less. Don't believe the negative narratives or negative or limiting beliefs. You have space. May your heart and your scope expand. Make space to be present. Make space for your feelings, for who you truly are, for your human experience. Make space for the unexpected, like your kitty cat deciding this is the best time to play with her toys. Make space for what is. Allow it. Make peace with it. You can be the observer. You don't have to get so caught up in things needing to be a certain way. You can be open. You can be flexible. You can be adaptable. You can make peace. You don't have to be so rigid and controlling and forceful and rigid. Because when we're choosing to be like that, the latter, it makes it so much more easy for us to have the breakdowns. But make space for it, even if you're having a breakdown, because those breakdowns can become breakthroughs. Make space for what is and allow, no matter what's coming up. There is no right and wrong, because the universe can and will use anything and everything for your benefit. Yeah, get present. May you sense each shiver of the surf. Be present. It's okay. Life will be unexpected. And, you may have times where your cat decides to make a little cameo with bells. But, I also remember that bells can be spiritual. And that's why so many churches have it. They can be purifying. They can be cleansing with their frequency. So, maybe this is her just trying to help us out. Maybe she's being, a conduit of the universe. But it's okay. Life is not going to be too quote-unquote perfect in our human perspective. There are going to be things that go awry according to our plans. And that's okay. Be present with it. Make space for it. Do what you can to make most with the cards you've been dealt. Get present. It's going to be okay. Yeah. The universe wants you to know that you're resilient. May your soul weather the storms, because you can weather the storms. You have so much strength inside of you. Even if you can't see it yet. You have so much resilience. And you've overcome and weathered every single storm. You've overcome every single challenge before, every obstacle. That doesn't mean it was necessarily easy, but you've done it, and you'll be able to weather and overcome the storms and obstacles in your path today. It's okay. Yeah, the universe wants you to get in awe with your life. May you see the sublime in the everyday, in the little things. Again, if you look for the light, you can often find it. What are reasons you can be grateful today? What are blessings that you already have? What are reasons that you can get excited, bring in more joy, more peace, more fun into your life? And I don't have the most money right now. I've been in kind of a delay situation in terms of finances and other areas of my life, but I also am tapping into that abundance and recognizing that I do have financial income, even if it's not my preferred income at this time. And so I can do kind things for myself. I can treat myself, even if it's not every single day. I can still do kind things for myself. I can still make awe and get excited about every single day and bring in more joy. Like, just like it doesn't even have to be a big thing. It could just be getting a small treat and then enjoying one of your favorite shows or a good book or snuggling with your cat or your dog. Like, there's so many ways that you can bring in more joy and get in awe with the everyday life. Okay, we have be gentle with yourself. That's a big thing coming in. Be gentle, kind, loving, respectful, nurturing, and compassionate with yourself. Again, you are your greatest gift. You deserve love. You deserve kindness. You deserve joy and peace and harmony and good things. It's okay. You may not be where you want to be right now. That's okay. I can't say that I necessarily want to be where I am right now with my family. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times as a kid I would try to find ways to run away and then realize I didn't have the financial means, and so that whole plan would fall apart. And know that you're human. It's okay to have all of your emotions. It's okay to struggle. It's okay. Be gentle with yourself because it's going to work out. Trust and have faith that it's going to work out, even if you don't have all the answers, even if you don't know how it's going to happen yet. Because I certainly don't. But I know if there's a will, there's a way, and that the universe works for our highest good. Yeah, release the past. Release the past because it doesn't have to be your present or your future. That doesn't mean you sidestep and you disregard what happened to you. Be open, honest, and real. What happened to you. But that doesn't mean you need to make yourself a victim of it. You can let it go. You don't have to stay stuck in the past. You can heal and process and feel your way through it so that you can open up to new. Open up to a better future. You're not going to be stuck in your past because it is not your present or your future. Life is full of change and you can transmute it all. Yeah. You get to open the door. Open the door of change. Open the door of possibility and opportunity. A brighter future awaits. The storm will pass. Your past isn't your future. The universe is working everything out in your favor, working magic and miracles behind the scenes. It has so many blessings for you. Don't get discouraged. Allow yourself to feel and to be and to process, but know that good things are coming. Yeah, but in order for that brighter future to come in, you need to release. Release past burdens and embrace new beginnings. Because the universe has so much in store for you, you will never be able to anticipate all the good that's coming your way. But first, we need to let go of what no longer serves us. We got to let go of the past hurts, the emotional baggage, all these extra burdens that are weighing us down as dead weight. We need to set ourselves free. We need to let ourselves out of this bird cage that we have put ourselves in without realizing it, because we're meant to soar. A brighter future awaits us. It's coming. Yeah. Freedom. Freedom comes from inner liberation. As above, so below, as within, so without. If you can free yourself internally, if you can tend to your inner world, do the inner work, the shadow work, be able to heal, to let go, to have your foundation be peace, awareness, love, kindness, joy, gratitude. If you can come from that place, it is going to shift your reality and set you free in the external world. Your external world will mirror your internal, and you'll be able to navigate things, because even when the storms come, because even when you have that internal foundation of peace, love, kindness, joy, gratitude, all of that, even when you're looking for the silver linings and the bright sides, there's still going to be turbulence in the external world, because everyone exists in it. People are going to they're going to make their choices. Not everyone is at the point you are on your journey, because everyone has their own journey. And so you'll be able to choose how you step forward when you encounter these future storms, how you choose to show up in the world, how you choose to respond. And it will set you free. It will set you free. Okay, so we have wind chimes, peace and harmony. The winds of change are coming, and it's because of the choices you've been working, because you've been choosing to invest in yourself, to do the inner work, to do the healing, to do the learning, the growing and improving, because you're not putting yourself on the back burner. You're choosing yourself. You're choosing love. You're choosing peace. You're choosing joy. You're choosing to do things that light you up inside, and to bring more fun and joy and happiness and peace and love into all that you do. And so it's going to shift your reality. And the winds of change are going to come in, and you're going to be able to flow with life more. And that doesn't mean that storms won't still come, but you are going to be operating from a whole new system. And yeah, scales, keep your life in balance. Make time to rest. Make time to fill up your cup, to recharge your batteries, to do things so that you are able to show up as your best version of yourself, because you're not going to do anyone any good, not yourself or other people, when you are constantly drained and running on empty and possibly even burnt out. That doesn't help anybody. So show up as your best self. Fill up your cup. Do things for you that make you happy. Because when you are coming from a happy, fulfilled, peaceful, grateful state, it's going to shift everyone around you, because energy isn't contagious. Keep your life in balance. Yes, it's important to be productive. Yes, it's important to invest in other people, to fill up their cups, to do for them, to be giving, to be of service, but also take care of yourself, because you're not going to do much good if you are just an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup, guys. You really can't. And if you're miserable, that energy will seep into what you do. Because nothing against my mom, I know that she tries, but she is constantly adding more and more to her plate, and so that she'll rush through making food, and things will end up burnt or undercooked, or there'll be massive eggshells in it, and you can taste the difference in someone who is taking their time and being intentional and putting love into what they're doing, versus someone who's running around doing so many other things at once, ironing clothes, paying bills, talking on the phone, trying to get things done. It's you don't need to make your life so hectic. You can choose to slow down and have a more peaceful existence. Yeah, flag, do not be tempted to lower your standards. You don't need to let in people who will drain your energy, who will disrupt your peace. Yes, you can't control, let's say, for instance, when I went to go pick up my food, you can't control the other customers that are there, or the state that the staff is in. But if you're choosing to, let's say, have friends, or, go to gatherings with family, if they're going to drain you, if they're, acting up and being nasty and disrespectful and cruel, you don't have to stick around. You can choose to walk away. You are your greatest gift. So act like it. Don't accept and tolerate the nonsense and the disrespect and the nastiness. No, do not lower your standards. You deserve better. And yeah, Because you've been doing all this work, the storm is passing and there's the rainbow. The most difficult part of the situation is over. You are heading to brighter days. A brighter future awaits you. Release the past and follow the rainbow. Because the universe has so much blessings, magic, and miracles it wants to give you. Open up and allow yourself to receive it. Allow yourself to let it in. Make space for it. Yeah. Needle and thread, a sincere wish will be granted. Because you're being gentle with yourself. Because you're recognizing your worth. Because you're being kind and loving and respectful to yourself. You're investing in yourself. You're filling up your cup. You're nurturing yourself. Because you're your greatest gift. And because of how you treat yourself and how you acknowledge yourself and you know your worth and the energy you put out, other people will follow suit. Other people will follow suit. And if they don't, you know not to let them in. You know you don't have to open the door to them. You know? Yeah. Harp, great happiness. You are going to enter a period of great happiness. And it's also because of where you're putting your focus, of how you're shifting and what you're choosing to be your foundation. It's going to be so beautiful. Again, a brighter future awaits you. There's going to be great happiness, peace, harmony, love, joy, fun, excitement. But it's also because of what you're choosing. It's also because of where you're putting your time, energy, and attention on to, because where you spend that, it will grow. It will build momentum. You'll get more of it in your life and it will manifest in your reality. You reap what you sow. The energy you put out comes back to you. So all this good is going to come back to you, guys. Don't worry. It may take some time because they're seeds. You planted them. They will grow. You will reap that harvest. But sometimes it takes time. So have patience. Remember to breathe and do what you can to enjoy the ride along the way. Because you're a beautiful soul. And you deserve so much kindness and love and respect and good things. I am sending you so much love. Please take care. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.